Welcome to So Fancy Jewels with Lisa. This is Testimony Thursday. On Testimony Thursday, it's a little bit different. Basically, I go over testimonies. You know, I speak to you guys about something that either I have gone through or have overcome that I no longer am going through. And I want to hear from you guys. I want to know if there's anything that you are just so thankful for, you're grateful for, that God has brought you through. And, you know, it takes a village, right? We got to get through this life. We can't do it alone. So I want to let you know that So Fancy Jewels is committed to not only being about jewelry, but letting you know how jewelry and this business is changing the lives of so many men and women and families, okay, and impacting families. So, I'm going to start by telling you why I joined Paparazzi Accessories. At first I joined Paparazzi Accessories as a extra income or just a few $100s a month. I really had a goal in mind of just $400. Like I was like, I need to supplement $400 a month into my life. Okay. At the time I was going through a transition period. Hi, Jazz. I was going through a transition period where I had lost a part-time income and I needed to find a way to not have my children and I suffer throughout the month without that part-time income. And that part-time income was about $400 to $500 a month. So it was a time in my life where I had to figure out something I had to figure out fast. I started watching one of my friends, longtime friend of mine that I've had since back in the day, and she was live. I hadn't seen her in years, hadn't spoken to her in years. She hasn't seen me since I was like a teenager. And she's live all of a sudden. You know how Facebook just connects people, right? Because Facebook is doing that. It's allowing us to connect with people that we wouldn't have necessarily connected with, right? So that's that. So she's on and I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, what's up? What are you doing? And she's showing jewelry. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. How much is it? It's $5. I'm like, what? I've never been able to wear jewelry, custom jewelry like this that was not real or didn't have certain metals because I have eczema, I have allergies, I would be itching, I would have my earlobes swell up and things like that. So I had to be very particular about what jewelry I wore. All of a sudden, she's like, no, it's not a problem. It's lead and liquid free, chemical free, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, let me give it a shot. Okay, so I'm like, you know what? It's $5. If I buy 4 pieces from her and spend $25 with shipping, no big deal. I've spent more than that on 1 piece. So I gave it a shot. I buy jewelry from her and sorry, I had messages coming in and bam, fell in love with the jewelry right away. Became like, it became my $5 habit. Like, I know that's a thing, right? It's like, feed your $5 habit. And like, for real, you can't help it because it's just crazy. It just blew my mind that this quality jewelry was only costing me $20 out of my life. You know what I mean? So I spent more than that at lunchtime with my kids. So that was a big deal. So I became addicted to that. Then she said, you should try, you know, with your personality, with how outgoing you are and everything, you should really try this business. You know what I mean? Just for either the discount in the jewelry, because you're buying jewelry from me anyway, or for making extra money. That was awesome. I was like, you know what? Let me give it some thought. I didn't make a decision right away. I contemplated what I would do. Give me 2 seconds. Yes. Okay. I'm doing this, okay, baby?
Can I watch TV?
Fine. Let me I'm sorry. So I contemplated um, joining for a little while. So if you've been thinking about it for a little while and you're like, if I haven't made a decision by now, it's not right for me, that's not true. Okay? Um, it took me quite a while, just about 2 or 3 months to make a decision. And then I was like, I'm ready. I cleared out one of my credit cards and I was like, I'm gonna max out my credit card and buy a package. That's what I said. I'm going to buy the $99 package. And the worst that can happen is that I flip it and I gain $75. And I've invested $99, but I've profited and $75, right? And that's kind of what happened. It was like, okay, I'm going to max out my credit card. I paid my credit card back and I gained $75. That was my thought, my mindset. After I enjoyed the jewelry so much in the beginning, and I had such a successful live the first few times I went live, I flipped it within a few weeks. Okay? But what I realized instantly was how exciting and happy and joy-filled I was to do it. It wasn't selling anymore. It was like, I'm having fun making extra income $5 at a time. It's something I noticed right away, and it was a new journey for me, and I got super excited about getting the next set of jewelry, seeing pictures of people with the jewelry on, blessing people with encouraging words about how beautiful they are. And it came to me naturally, the idea of telling people how beautiful they are and encouraging people and loving on them. And honestly, if that's where you drive your business from that standpoint, you will do well. If you are constantly a flow of beautiful and positive energy, people are going to want to continue to shop with you and continue to support you just because of that, not because of the jewelry. The jewelry is going to sell. But people coming back to you is another thing, right? Because there's 300,000 consultants. And there are people that say it's a saturated business. There's a paparazzi consultant everywhere you go. Yeah, there's also a Mary Kay consultant everywhere you go, an Avon consultant everywhere you go, a whatever other consultant everywhere you go, a Thrive consultant, a Herbalife consultant. But it's who you want to shop with, because each and every one of those companies, there's a benefit to what they are providing. The products that they're providing for you, you're gaining something from them. You either enjoy them or they're doing something for your body, your mind, or your soul. You going back to that consultant is a loyalty. It's something that you want to do. So that was one thing. It's like I joined, I wanted the discount on the jewelry. Then I wanted to make $400 in extra income. Saw how that became a thing within 3 months. And I just got addicted to not only the flow of income, but how fun and enjoyable and exciting the learning journey was for doing it. And so that was my why I joined, okay? Here's what ended up happening. I joined for an extra income, and instead, Paparazzi is changing my life. Not only have I've grown as a person because of it, learned new things that I did not learn before prior to joining the company. I have my MBA, and there are things in this company that I've been taught that was not taught to me through any of my academic programs. So learning. What is given me with my children is time and somewhat of a stress-free day. Stress is going to come by any which way. But there was a time in my life, not that long ago, where I was borrowing money to buy food for my kids. Okay. Um, I I was going to the kitchens to get bags of groceries for my kids. There was a time that I was sacrificing a meal for myself to make sure that they would eat. That's a lot for me to admit right now. But it's true. Okay? Signing up to get Thanksgiving dinners and signing up to get bags, free bags of rice and beans and whatever it is that they offer at the hospital. Signing up for single mom ministries to get Christmas gifts for the kids. I'm just giving you a handful of things that I had to do. And I'm at a place where I can say that openly and tell you that if that's a place where you are right now, that there is a place over that mountain. You can overcome. To stay with it, have faith, and do what with God gave you and the abilities he gave you, and put in the effort that it takes to get out of it, and open your mind to things, that new possibilities of ways in which you can make money. If not here, then somewhere else, right? So that's one thing. That's the other factor. It's one, why I joined the business for an extra income, $400 a month, and discounted jewelry, and because it was lead and nickel free, and someone like me can wear the jewelry without breaking out. Thirdly, what it did for me as a person and the growth that I've seen in myself within the past year, from who I was as a leader then to who I am as a leader now. It's crazy. I'm stronger than I was then. Then the financial part of it, that I was able to get out of a place of borrowing and get out of a place of loans and get out of a place of scrapping and eating, limited amounts or unhealthy foods or whatever the case may be, because we all have gone through that. And then coming to a place where I no longer have to ask for anything for that food. I no longer have to go to a food kitchen pantry. I no longer have to sign up for Thanksgiving dinners assistance. I'm in a place of giving. Okay? I'm in a place of giving. And I have not asked my mother for a dime when it comes to food in a long time. And if she gets to see this, and she'll know. I've been able to take my children out to surprise dinners, surprise outings, miniature golf, parks, adventures, obstacle courses, just things like that I would not have been able to. It was like $83 for 2 kids to go jumping at Planet Obstacle the other week, and I was like, all right, I got it. And they had a blast, and able to just, go get ice cream with my kids, the simplest things. So that's that. But let me just tell you what a testimony I have to share with you today, that I shared on my Facebook page a few days ago. So about 5 years ago, I had to take out a loan. About 3 years ago, I had to take out a loan because I needed to pay my divorce lawyer more money to close out our case, to show up to court, because I had already exhausted all the money from the retainers fees that I gave her in the beginning. I didn't have the money. And if I didn't give her any more money, she was not going to be able to continue taking my case to close it out. And that was one of the most important things that needed to take place in my life, was that divorce, the paperwork. The separation happened years before that, but the legal separation, but the final judgment for custody of the children and everything needed to take place. So, in faith, I took a loan, and the loan had really, really high interest rate, and I was spending tons of money every month, to hundreds of dollars, to pay off this loan in 5 years, and I definitely was paying a lot more into it than what I got. But it did what it needed to do, which was pay off the lawyer. So the testimony aspect of it is, a few years ago, I was able to complete that process, and I have full custody of my kids, praise God. And secondly it was a 5-year loan, and it was part of my budget. I was just like, you know what? This few $100s a month goes to this loan, and it was stressful. It was hanging over my head. It was a big deal. It was like, I'd rather buy healthier food than spend a few $100s on the loan. So when I joined Paparazzi Accessories and I started to gain the success of the $400 extra a month that I was getting, it turned into 5, and then it turned into 6, and then it turned into 7, and then it turned into 1,000 a month. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to increase how much I'm paying on this loan and act as if I don't even have the extra money. So last week I got the final notice that huge debt is paid off completely. And I'm like free of a few $100s extra a month, on top of the fact that I have income that's coming in from Paparazzi Accessories and my sales. I am debt free from that debt. It's done. It's amazing. So I was able to still keep my business open, still purchase jewelry every week, still do the things of buying my kids food and extra clothing and uniforms and all the things that Paparazzi Accessories has allowed me to do on my own, and put more money into a loan so that I can pay it off. Amazing. So that debt is paid off. That's done. I'm moving on to the next one. I have another one that's like a car loan that was not mine, and that's not something I want to go into, but I'm going to pay that off next. So this Testimony Thursday, I'm telling you that it works, it works, it works. Paparazzi Accessories is the best thing that has ever happened to me and my kids. And it's not going anywhere. And I'm not going anywhere. So if you are a customer, you have a jewelry lady for the rest of my life. And I promise to just keep getting better and growing as a leader, as a sales rep for you, as a businesswoman, as a mom. I'm so excited about what's gonna happen next. I will keep you posted. Here is my road to debt-free, to being debt-free and financial freedom. I know that in a few months you're going to hear another testimony from me that the next one is done and over with. And you are going to hear from me in 2020 that I'm buying my first home. And I speak that into existence. But I just want to encourage you that if you've been contemplating and thinking about this business or a way to make extra income, and you are curious and you have questions, go ahead and ask me. There are 3 packages that you can buy with Paparazzi Accessories. One is $99. The next is $299, and the next one after that is $499. If you have questions, go ahead and ask me how to get started. I started with a $99 package. If you have it, I always will suggest to go, and get the bigger packages, because you gain a bigger profit and you can invest more into your business when you have more jewelry. But if you don't, like me, in the beginning, the $99 will do it. And that will come back to you tenfold, like it has for me, when you work your business. I love my team. I love being able to lead them and help them and encourage them. I love our leaders. We have some of the best leaders in the whole company. I just consider myself super blessed to have walked into this situation on this team with the uplines that we have, because they're available. They are godly women. They love on us. They share. They are always reaching out. They are always training. We are not left in the dust to fend for ourselves. And they are encouragers, just like me. And that I needed. Okay? There are those women that will fix your crown when it's crooked. Those are those women that we have leading us. And there's amazing men too. There's amazing partners in the business and business owners that are men that are doing it. And now that we have a men's line, it makes more sense for the men to get on this. So, I'm going to say this again. $99 can start you off today to the road to whatever it is your goals are. My goals were simple in the beginning, and the more I saw that this company had to offer, the bigger my goals became, because I knew that it was possible with this company to accomplish them. So I went from needing a discount and $400 of extra income to now, little by little, becoming debt-free and seeing myself in the home of my dreams. I have a brand new car that I would have never been able to get before this company, because I know that I have an income that's coming in that can pay that car. A brand new car. I don't have to borrow money anymore. We are living, well, and without that tight struggle and hold of squeezing every single dime. I'm becoming debt-free. It's just amazing. So, have any questions? You now know my why. On Testimony Thursday, I was able to express to you how excited I am, and to getting rid of that debt that I was able to get rid of. It's not over my head anymore, and what I see happening next in my life is just mind-blowing. I can't stop. I won't stop. It's not happening. You're gonna see me for a long time. So if you have any jewelry needs, hit me up. Let me know what colors you need. I got the coppers, the bronze, the brasses, the silvers, the golds, everything. Just let me know what you need. I would love to help you. And if you are interested in the business or know someone that can use it, let me know. So Fancy Jewels with Lisa. My website is www.sofancyjewels.com. It's going to be in the descriptions when I leave it here. And I would love to get to know you. God bless and good night. Thankful Thursday.